check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me a lot, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. As usual. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie, Carter Presents. Welcome to episode 254 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse. And in the words of Carter, whether you like it or not, we here. So, Carter, how you doing?
I'm not here.
You ain't here? Oh, well.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to apparently Miss Dalzell K. Williams said that her supervisor said that he will be watching today. So hello, Mark. I don't know why you just freely telling your supervisor that you watching the Blerd Cave while you on your 8-hour shift, but don't do her too dirty. I would hope and pray that she is working hard. I want to thank Brent Fox, who wears the snuggest of fucking t-shirts. I can't breathe just saying his name, but thank you for this $5 super chat saying salute Ernie, Carter, and Blerd Koa, even though that name should die as soon as this last issue of Fall of X comes out. Y'all please smash the like button as you come on in. Please do. And we got another 10 from Gokon Shuri's baby's father saying, off 2 edibles and I'm at work. I don't think Dalzell K. Williams' supervisor needs to know that there are people in her vicinity that's high on edibles. He said he is off of 2 edibles and he is at work right now. I would not tell nobody else that. I'm right on time. Let's get it. Oh, and the Logan fans, y'all okay? Y'all need a hug? Y'all want to drive to McDonald's and get a 20-piece chicken to dry them tears? They might. It just depends on what sauce they eat with them nuggets. And Levester, the court jester, with 1999 saying, happy Saturday, everyone. By the time this is seen, I'll be on the plane heading back stateside. Aruba was a beautiful island to visit. Highly recommended. Have a good show and get them likes up. I've never heard of anybody really just talking about Aruba when they going somewhere.
You used to hear it more often. Used back like Aruba is that type of place like you go and you just chill. You chill. You don't talk about what you did. You don't talk about what you did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you don't talk about that. You don't talk about that.
He just flat out said Levester just did dirt, guaranteed. I wouldn't have told nobody.
Oh yeah, no, you go. Yeah, look. You when you go to Aruba, you look. Look, it's like Vegas. It's like tropical Vegas. You don't talk about that. You don't talk about that. Oh.
And we have Alexander Craven in the chat saying that they are currently reading Philadelphia right now at this very minute because of you, Blerd Without Fear. And Gokon Shuri's baby father, I am not snitching on you. You gave us $10 to snitch on yourself. So we got a lot to talk about today. We are going to be talking about the Black Smoke Monster, formerly known as Galactus. We're going to be talking about the Memphis Gospel Revival that is getting its very own TV show. We're going to be talking about a lot today. And like I always like to do it, since I have been allowed to do these intros, I don't, well, before I say that, Ernie, can you bring your mic a little bit closer? Apparently people are saying that you sound low.
Oh, wow, that's a first. Hold on, let me.
And then he just gonna cough and just cough into the, he did it twice, y'all. Now, is he going to wipe his arm or is he just going to let it sit there? $5 super chat here from LP3 saying, Logan fan checking in. I accepted that he wasn't the main focus of this show really early. We good.
There we go. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Why is my, hold on. Okay, there we go. We're good.
Oh my Lord.
You should be able to hear me better now. Okay.
Ow, okay, that was a very sudden jump.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Nobody except me has said I feel like I had a DVD in my teens related to Big Bubble Butts and Aruba. I believe it was the 30th or so volume. You just another individual that is snitching on yourself, and you are letting me know right now to never ever shake your hand. So
Also, we got some here. Mojo Quid just got us over and said, "What's up, peeps? How about that X-Men 97 ending?" Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is like, y'all remember how we used to always make fun of Charles?
Mm-hmm.
We was always doing that. That was Logan. That was Logan this week. That was Logan this week. Oh my God. I love it here and I love y'all. That said, I guess, let's go ahead and get into our first thing. Let's go get our first thing.
Before we do, Ernie.
What you got?
What is you reading?
Oh, that should be the name of the segment now. Good question. That is actually a very, very, very good question. I am reading a lot, but here's what I am going to recommend. That I am reading, and that is I recently went back. And this actually kind of came up because of a conversation I was having with Captain Diesel over here on YouTube.
I heard Captain Diesel, but okay.
Captain Diesel. But we were talking about the Blood Hunt tie-ins that are coming out. Okay. And one of the books I feel like, and I've never really talked about it on the channel, but like, I feel like it's one of those books that I love, but I don't really ever tell anybody about, and I feel like I've done this book a disservice, and that is Strange Academy. And it kind of got me like, man, I want to go back and take a look at Strange Academy again, because I was like, I really enjoyed that. Like Humberto Ramos was just out here on the pencils and inks. But yeah, that is what I'm going to put out there into the ether for everybody.
Who's writing Strange Academy?
I want to say it was Scotty Young.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I want to say it was Scotty Young.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. Also, speaking of, I was gonna say this one as well, but I have a video coming out for this one. I don't know if he is still writing it, but I know he started out writing it. Okay. He's still writing it. Yeah, he's still.
I heard that. I thought he was like 10 toes down in indie books and doing I Hate Fairyland and stuff like that. I didn't know
he's got
his way back into Marvel.
Yeah, he has a new book. He has a new book right now. This is kind of give you a little taste of that Strange Academy right here. Yeah, my boy Doyle out here.
Lord, that's where Dr. Voodoo's been hiding, huh?
Oh yeah, Dr. Voodoo. He had master.
No shit.
Yeah. He running the game. But yeah, got my boy. Look at my boy Doyle out here. Man, look at him. Just look at him. Look at him right here, man. Just out here chilling, man, living his best life. He's like, look, my daddy might be evil, but you know what? I'm out here. And also got my girl down here, Zoe Laveau, just chilling out here. Love to see it. But yeah, so now that I've said that, because we're talking about Scotty Young, did you know, Carter, Scotty Young has a new book out? Did you know he dropped some heat?
He dropped what?
I said he dropped some new heat.
What is that?
So there's this new book out right now. Here, I'm gonna pull this up for you so you can see it. Ain't No Grave.
I've seen this, but didn't look to see who was on it.
Yeah,
I've seen this.
Yeah. This is your boy Scotty Young. Also, with our other boy Jorge Corona, who, for those who don't know, Jorge Corona is the artist that took over for Daniel Warren Johnson on Transformers. And for the most, I think I even said this in my video, for the most recent, well, not the most recent because a new issue came out, I gotta do one for that. But Jorge Corona, his art style is like, in terms of how he draws the Transformers, is very similar to Daniel Warren Johnson. It's just how he draws people that's a little bit different, but they're kind of close. Like you didn't know, like if you didn't think too hard about it, you probably wouldn't notice the difference. But But yeah, Ain't No Grave is really good. It's a really good book. It's about a woman by the name of Rye, or short for Ryder. But she's a former stagecoach robber, former bank robber. Basically, she was just imagine if she was the main protagonist of a Red Dead Redemption game. Basically, that was her, and she went to go live a regular ass life, but she is dying, and now she's trying to figure out a way to save her own life because she done got her soul straightened out, she done got her life straightened out, but that tuberculosis is hitting.
Arthur Morgan.
Oh yeah, no, she Arthur Morgan like a motherfucker. She
This
Arthur
just
Morgan like a motherfucker.
tells me even more. Like, even though I was kind of on it, I really should probably look into getting Red Dead 2 because I've never played it. I was just kind of
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the game. It's just doing too much. Like it's too much of a Wild West simulator. Like to the point where I feel like the game is slower because of it.
Well, see, that just makes me want to play it more. It just I played the first one, but I've told this story several times. I didn't play Red Dead Redemption first. I played Gun first. So everything after that was just ripping off Gun to me.
That's fair.
And then I played a tiny bit of Red Dead Revolver as well. And I thought that Redemption was going to be more of that, and I was a little bit angry when in my young mind I said, "Oh, so y'all didn't even do the arcade Western shit that y'all did in the first game. Y'all ripping off Gun and Thomas Jane and them." So
I'm not gonna lie, I felt the same.
I need to look into Red Dead 2. I do.
I was the same way because I loved Red Dead Revolver. So yeah, when Redemption came out, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be like straight up sequel."
Yeah.
And when I started playing that shit, I was like, "Why am I playing just GTA in the Wild West? Like, what is this?" I was like, "Who?" I was like, "Whose man's is this?" But no, this book, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it to anyone that if you like westerns and you like Scotty Young. Also, I was, without spoiling too much, this is also not a straightforward western. That's all I'll say. It's like like when I say that, I mean it's western is not the only genre of this comic. And that if I say any more, I've given away too much of the game.
Yeah, shut up, because I just pulled it up. Shut up, cut it out.
Yeah. I'm done. Also, what you reading? What you reading is?
Man, well, you know it. A lot of you all don't, but ever since you and I had that conversation about the Dread stuff, I've been looking into Dread. I ended up getting one hardcover Dread Urban Warfare that was continuing the movie, but then I ended up going the Blerd Without Fear route, and I ended up hopping on eBay of all places, and I saw that 2000 AD books are more prevalent in Britain, and it's really difficult for 2000 AD to get an American audience. That's why they recently just started doing these anthology books. It's 6, they call them issues, but they're really trades of different stories from 2000 AD. They're trying to get the American audience, so they're re-releasing them as the best of 2000 AD. But long and short of it is, I found a 2000 AD Ultimate Collection hardcover that has all of the Dread stories that was based on the 2012 movie, all collected in one hardcover. The problem is it's only released in Britain, and I had to go on eBay just like Ernie did and paid way too goddamn much. Well, you know what? Let me not lie. I didn't. Shout out to my boy Tornado Jones. He paid for it.
This motherfucker.
I said, I get you though, because he had the eBay account. I didn't even have an eBay account. I don't even know how fucking eBay works. But one thing I did find out, the motherfuckers in Britain got it good when it comes to comics, dog. Like price wise.
Oh, yeah.
Like this Ultimate Collection was like almost 300 pages of Dread stories, and it was $12
Mm-hmm.
over there.
Over there.
Let me purpose it. It's $12 over there.
12 pounds.
No, so I know it's $12 because they say it's like $1.99, but then when you do the USD and shit, it comes out to like a little over like right close to like 13. But
okay, gotcha. Okay, that's after the conversion. Okay,
yeah, I say all that to say it's like 12 something over there. Over here, with the amount of like sending that motherfucker from the UK to the Americas it was.
He like, look, we don't want to talk about that.
yeah. But I had, matter of fact, I had to take a sip of Crown at that price. But I will say that after I get these Dread stories that I want, I'm gonna actually look into other 2000 AD stories because I saw that they had some Al Ewing stuff, so I immediately wanted it. I saw that they had.
I think Kieran Gillen might have written some too. I think.
Yeah. So I want to get that. I saw that Dan Abnett has one that they say is one of the greatest stories that 2000 AD has ever done from him. So I want to get that as well. And that's just what I've been doing recently, man. I want to get back into dipping my toes into shit that I'm not more aware of. That's how I became such a big fan of Valiant, because I didn't know what the fuck Valiant was, but I like trying new stuff.
They just brought your girl back.
I became a fan of Valiant.
They just brought your girl back.
Who you talking
about? Faith.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Faith is back.
My girl. I think you read that book. I didn't get to read that book because it was sold out every time I would go to a Memphis shop. But
Faith is cold.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing recently, man. Just a lot of 2000 AD. Just knowing that 2000 AD is not just Judge Dredd threw me for a loop. Because I thought that was all 2000 AD was. That's all it's ever gonna be. And seeing these other stories and characters and genres that they have is I do hope that they get their American audience. I hope
it's wild.
I know they making me get international funds to get this damn hardcover. So yeah, man, that's what I've been doing.
It's funny because full disclosure, I was telling Carter about this before we went live. For any of you who are familiar with Owen Likes Comics, I recently just yesterday had a conversation with him over on his channel. And it won't be up for like a little bit. It'll actually be like I think he said like maybe like in a month or so. But or maybe a couple, I don't know. Don't make me lie to y'all. Anyway, point of the matter is when we were done with the conversation for content, when we were just talking outside of that, we were talking about 2000 AD, and he was talking about how he talking about all the because basically the people who've worked on 2000 AD, it's literally a murderer's row of writers. It's not just like, oh hey, it's a handful of people. It's like 2000 AD, like pretty much every like British writer that is of any consequence has probably written.
They've passed through 2000.
You came in and cut the lights off at some point.
Yeah. I actually don't tell you like shit. Since they've been doing this best of 2000 AD anthology series, I did see when I started looking it up that they had been sending a couple like care packages to comic YouTubers, and I ain't done my videos yet, but you got your videos, so I'm gonna need you to holler at them so I can get that shit for the free. So
I mean, look, hey, I would talk about 2000 AD. Don't play with me. I would.
Yeah. Because apparently
won't.
This thing that they're doing is because that was the one thing for me was I didn't know where the fuck to start. That should have been going on 30, 40 fucking years. I don't know where to start with these books. And that's why they're doing this anthology book for the American audiences. So
I'm trying to remember. I think they're on like issue like 2000. Like they're actually on like 1200, 2000.
Like they doing them One Piece numbers in the magazine.
Look, 2000 AD, the original One Piece. I bet they know what the One Piece is.
Television, yes, there are several Garth Ennis stories in it. There are several because there's some I want. I know I want to read some early Al Ewing stuff. I know I want to read Dan Abnett. Apparently they have several things from Alan Moore that were just fucking heat. They do have some Garth Ennis stuff, and it like Ernie said, dude, it's a murderer's row of stuff that I just really want to get into. They are trying to get to 2,000 issues. I feel like they are well and past that, mailman. But
I think they are.
With all that,
actually,
yeah. I think they are like 2000 AD itself is over like 2,200, and I think the Judge Dredd magazine is getting there, or maybe it already surpassed it. I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. We gave you all what we are reading right now, or trying to read on our end. And
okay, so the book has 2,341 regular issues, 16 irregularly numbered issues, 73 specials, and 36 annuals. And they drop 49 per year.
And what you all have to realize with these stories, it's not like an issue of a comic. You grab it and it's just all Brian Hill. So with 2000 AD stories in these magazines, it's either one page or 5 pages, and then it's time to move on to the next person. And then it's 1 page, and then or it's 5 pages, and then it's time to move on to the next person. So these are not full. Dog. Can you imagine, Ernie? Could you imagine your story right now, your Heart of Darkness, in 5 pages? Could you imagine doing your beginning, a middle, and an end in 1 page?
I kind of can, actually, because I just recently did it.
Fuck you! I was trying to make a point. So, Ernie, now that we have gone through all of our normal shenanigans in good time, actually, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the super chat we got right here. Lead X1 hit us with 5. Says, see, y'all finally got those bloody Wolverine claws on an X-Men cartoon. But look at what it cost. Was it worth it?
Damn.
I mean, I'll put it to you like this. Never in all my days did I think we'd see this.
I like
the right?
That anime ass grunting always cracks me up every time. I don't know why.
Motherfucker sound like he about to have a seizure. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I love how he turned and was like,
now Marvel Animation has its very own. You should have went for the head.
Yeah, right. It's like, cause immediately after, it was like, first off, look, let me tell you something. Charles need his ass whipped. Charles
Even
needs his whole ass whipped.
Before you say that, and I want you to keep this image up.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be that guy. Because no one else is gonna be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. This image, I knew what it was. I was like, ain't no way. But I gotta be honest. I wish it was more brutal than it is, because
I think it will. Well, I mean, because here's the thing. I think when we pick up that next episode, I think it will be. I think
because at first I couldn't tell what happened, and then I realized what it was, and I'm just like, this. I don't like how this was animated. I wish it was more brutal. So I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the one person I'm gonna be the stickler here. As I say that, I wish it was animated better, and I wish it was more graphic. I wish it was more graphic. Especially if that's how you gonna end the episode. I want that shit to hurt the audience. I want it to sting that you got to wait.
We just got the bloody claws. We just got the bloody claws. Now it took a while to get the bloody claws. It took what was almost 20 years to get the bloody claws. If not, more than.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take what I can get at this point.
You say that's enough crown for you, Carter?
Like, you wild, man. You wild. Ooh, but we got one from Diamond G.
Yes.
The 10 says, I hope they design the helm for Galactus to work well with Ralph Ineson's unique eyes. What I'd like to know is who you guys think would be our best casting for my boy,
Damn, we both.
We ain't shit. That's at Memphis. Dr. Victor Von Doom. Hey, all caps when you spell his name. Also, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know now because they're throwing some wild ass names. They're throwing some wild ass names out into the ether. There's quite a there's like a couple of different people who've recently been revealed to be involved in some shit.
My answer can be real quick because it has not changed, even though I think he might need a little bit extra black spray on his hair. He might have he's gotten older, so it might have some gray in there we might have to get rid of, but my choice is always gonna be the same. Julian McMahon. I thought that he was great casting for Dr. Doom. He was just in bad Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah. No, he was fantastic. He was fantastic.
And a very, very close second would be Vincent Cassell. More so because Infamous Iron Man put that idea in my head. So now I got to see it because you don't realize how good of a pick something would be until you see it. I wouldn't mind seeing Vincent Cassell leave the King of the Iron Fist tournament real quick to be Victor Von Doom.
I think he could do it. I personally like Julian McMahon. That's my personal choice. And I think I've said this before on a few different occasions. I think I've said this before on a few different occasions, but my pick, and maybe with a little bit of recency bias. Yeah. If I couldn't get Julian McMahon, I would want it to be Tom Ellis. I think Tom Ellis could do a really good job with it.
Lucy? You want Lucy to be big?
I want Lucy. Give me Lucy. I think he could do it. I think Lucy got it, man. I think he can handle it. Cause to me,
interesting.
Because to me, he's like Earth 2 Julian McMahon. he's like Earth 2, Earth 4, Julian McMahon, maybe Earth 27, Julian McMahon. So yeah, that would be one of my picks for it. Let me pin this so it don't go nowhere.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
But yeah, also because we missed it earlier, and I'm gonna hit you twice because we did. Because we got us another one. Because we earlier, because Levester out there hooked us up with that 1999 super chat, and we got us another one. We got another one out here. Nuck coming through.
Nuck, if you buck, boy.
says to me, it doesn't feel like the cartoon from back in the day anymore. It feels different in a good way. It's like the show is like, we grown now.
That's what a lot of people would tell me about that that Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yes. Yeah. The Avengers, the animated series. Yeah. It was, I think the only reason that Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes got canceled was because they were trying, and I think they even said as much. They wanted a cartoon that was more in line with the MCU. They wanted something like, because if we're being honest right now, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes did not look like the MCU. It did and it didn't. You had Cap, you had Hulk, you had Iron Man and Thor, and you had Hawkeye, but that was a squad that already had Black Panther, it already had Wasp, it already had Giant Man.
Now that I'm looking at it, that's pretty nasty Iron Man design. I got to be honest. The show might be crunk, but I'm just saying. I'm looking, and that is a pretty nasty.
It is. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. But hey, look. Don't believe your lying eyes. But no, and that was also another thing too, because those weren't even that's not even the whole like that wasn't even like the whole squad, because other characters would show up from time to time too. Like you see right here, you had fucking Captain Marvel, you had Spider-Man show up, and all kind of crazy. But yeah, this show was a lot more serious than like probably I think people might have expected. Like, because I think if I remember correctly, I think this was on at the same time the Wolverine and the X-Men was on.
Okay.
If I might be misremembering like the timeline on it, but I forgot. Yeah, because Vision was also there too. Vision was also on there as well.
Okay.
And you also had your boy. You also had your boy Kang Kang.
Okay.
Was out here. But yeah, I guess that all of that just a native saying, yeah. If they because the rumor around the campfire is what was it? Oh dude, I forgot about this shot. I gotta show you this. You'll trip out. Cause I forgot they did an episode like this. But like right here, like look at all the Avengers. Look at all the Avengers. Look, they got Doc Samson.
Yeah, they do.
Got Doc Samson out here. It got Bucky. Got Bucky over here. What's really going on? Why Bucky over here? Just chilling. Look, got the foe. Got the foe back here. Got your heroes for hire. Man, what a time. Oh, and this is where we also had your boy Scott Lang. Scott Lang was also on the squad at some point. So yeah, it was good. It was good. It was very solid setup. But yeah, I will say, yeah, the animation style wasn't like I think the best it could have been, but it definitely but the storytelling, like regardless of how you might feel about the animation style, I think the storytelling more than made up for it. Okay. Also, thank you, Nug Nug, for that 1999 super chat. We got
I don't even want to hear nothing else from you because I tried to remove the comments before you saw it because Jonathan Stewart kept spamming that shit. We didn't hear the jingle. We didn't hear the jingle. Shut your ass up.
Nah.
We got 5 from Anarchy Hamster saying the new Deadpool was great. Happy to have his daughter in it. Her mutant power trigger, she will be a problem. Heal, resurrection, and super smarts, plus a princess. I didn't know they brought her baby back. That was one of the that was one of the reasons I like the Jerry Duggan stuff is when he got the daughter because it was really cool.
Yeah, they hinted at it in Uncanny Avengers that she was back, but they didn't really do any. They didn't really do anything with her. And with Cody Ziegler writing. Yeah, Cody's has brought her back into the picture.
Okay, and we got 2 $9.99 super chats from Love Over Hate. We got a heart, and then we got somebody. We got Lemonhead. We got Lemonhead jumping around for a $9.99. Unacceptable. Now.
Now we get into it. We get into it.
Now we can get into it.
We get into it. Full disclosure, I forgot to make lower third, so we're just gonna kind of go with God on that one. We are we're gonna talk real quick. Let's talk about our first thing, and that is Galactus. The news broke Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday. News broke that yo boy, the real purple people eater. I know Bash it out here trying to claim that he's more pink than he is purple. But your boy Galactus, he said, "Man, look, it's my time. Y'all, all the chuds been out here saying Kang wasn't big enough. We need a real threat. We need some Thanos level shit." Well, guess what? You know what Marvel said? Marvel said, "All right. It don't get no bigger than Galactus, baby."
I agree with it. Seeing as how both Thor and the Ultimates have one thing in common when it pertains to Galactus. Mr. Boy Without Fear. Do you know what that is?
Did they
They
tame him?
both handled that nigga in one arc.
Yeah, right? I was about to say they both tamed his ass. Well, you know,
get the black smoke monster out of here, dog.
Well, you know, it's so funny. It's so funny that you say that because like that was what I was thinking like the whole time that this news was quotey fingers breaking, whatever. Yeah. The whole time I kept thinking about it, I was like, man, dude, if anybody does Galactus like that, and this has kind of just always been like my thought process on this, like just as a whole, if we're gonna do Galactus, if we're gonna do him and we're gonna do him the justice that he deserves, which he deserves all the justice in the world. Can we please never, ever go back to this bullshit?
I'm never gonna forget the black smoke monster. I am never gonna let you or anybody else forget the black smoke monster. Nope. Nope. I'm never gonna let y'all else forget that.
Look. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Holly. Like, okay, so let's be real. Let's be real here. Because this is actually, oddly enough, this is all going back to the same conversation I had with Owen yesterday. Is that there was a time in Hollywood where they were allergic. I mean, absolutely deathly allergic, like peanut allergy allergic to actually making comic book movies. Now, you're probably sitting here thinking, well, wait a minute, Blerd, they were always making, dude, they were making comic book movies. They made X-Men, Blade, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and so on and so forth, Daredevil, Ghost Rider. They were making them. Okay, yeah, they were making them. But they were always so deathly allergic to making them comic book movies. These weren't comic, like don't get me wrong. I love a lot of those movies. Bryan Singer be damned in his propensity to include known PDF files like Brian Peck in his X-Men movies. Yes, not just one, but two. Brian Peck was in X1 and X2 in little bit parts. Neither here nor there. That be damned. And for those who know what I'm talking about, if you know what Brian Peck is, Brian Peck was the man who SA'd Drake Bell. He was on the Quiet on Set docuseries. But anyway, even Bryan Singer be damned. I love those first two X-Men movies. But those movies really didn't like for you to think of them as comic book movies. Like, oh, no, we don't want the colorful costumes. Oh, they're too colorful. Oh, it just doesn't work. Oh, Magneto can't be red and purple. We're just going to make him all purple. Yeah, because there's just too much going on. Yeah, oh, you know what? Oh, man, here's the funny thing.
Come on, Ernie. Speed this shit up. What were you expecting? Yellow spandex.
Yeah, that too. I was even going to go as far as to say... oh, Johnny Blaze, oh, he can't be an alcoholic or, drink booze. He's just going to eat, he's going to drink glasses of jelly beans. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
Did I miss a scene for the movie?
Yeah, that was the thing. Like he never drank alcohol. He would have like a wine glass or like a cup full of jelly beans. And he would just eat the motherfucker.
You're asking for too much. You're asking for story. Nicolas Cage, just come make these ugly ass faces in the camera real quick. They don't want these stories.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the ugliest transformation I've ever seen into a superhero in my life in Ghost Rider. Like just I was like, okay, first off, there's acting,
and
then there's overacting. But no, I mean, but the thing is, it was like, oh, we get to Fantastic Four, man. We really want to make Fantastic Four movie with Galactus, but then it's all like, well, we just don't think that a gigantic purple man, we just don't see like. We don't think the world is ready to just see a guy pull up on the earth and just swallow that motherfucker in one bite. Like we just ain't ready for that.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro.
The planet swallower.
You could have picked any image you wanted, bro.
No. Look. Danger. The planet swallower. Planet swallower, Carter. It's a thing.
Hey,
Hashtag
man.
planet swallower. Hashtag planet swallower.
That crown went down wrong. Okay.
He's a whole muncher. You goddamn right.
Okay.
You goddamn right. No Diddy. Well, actually, this one don't apply. I use no Diddy to say no pedo shit, but no.
I'm gonna say this so we can move on. I'm gonna close my eyes until you get that.
No. This is the real right. Look, balls to the wall. The real superhead. Yeah. Look, the big gulp. You goddamn right. The big gulp.
Is there a reason that we are talking about Galactus right now?
Well, the reason why is because famed actor Ralph Ineson, he is gonna get to play the Planet Muncher, the Planet Swallower, the Earth Gulper, the Earth Swallower.
When I saw this casting news, there was a lot of casting news for Fantastic Four. Two things popped in my head. One, is he going to be a voice, or are we actually going to see this man? Because even with me making the jokes about the black smoke monster, I do want to know, are we just going to get a voice acted black smoke monster, or are we actually going to see this individual in the whole get up? Second thing I thought, because if they're trying to go a more comic route, are we going to see actual Galactus, or the World Eater, or are we going to see, in a twist, to me, I think will be a very interesting twist, are we going to see the World Eater, or are we going to see the World Builder? Are we going to see, we ain't going to see purple this go around, are we going to see orange? Are we gonna see the orange Galactus this go around?
I'm sorry.
What'd you see?
I saw Galactizzy. Yes, Galactizzy. That's right.
Woke AF. Is there any documentaries or video essays on why they made Galactus black smoke? I think the main reason, honest to God, and it's gonna be the most obvious answer you probably thinking it is, I think it was just budget.
Yeah.
I think it was just budget, man.
Go throw the comics. Galactus, the real throat goat. Sorry, I can't. I'm a child. Galactus, the grapefruiter. If you know,
Ernie would actually have to remind me of this one. Elite X1 is in the chat saying, Carter, did we not see a version of Galactus in the post of the Eternals? Did we, Ernie?
No. That was Arishem, the Celestial.
Gotcha.
That was Arishem at the end of Eternals. Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing. Here's the real thing. I'm gonna answer your question. I think you're gonna see both. I think you're gonna see a little bit of both. I think you're gonna see because you know how Marvel is. They like to do the origins and whatnot. I think you're gonna get a taste of his origin, maybe see him as he was before he became Galactus, like when he was Gallon. I think you're gonna see that. I think you're also gonna see him and when you see those scenes, you will see him, as he is, just as a person, as just Ralph Ineson, just period, just regularly.
Are we gonna see Galactus with that look on his face? You pick some nasty images.
Oh, yeah.
I got to say,
this is how he looks. That is his normal walking around face. But no, we are gonna yeah, I think we're gonna see all of that. But I also think that when we see, like, actually see Galactus, I think that Galactus is gonna be kind of like how they did Josh Brolin with with Thanos. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a combination of like mo-capping him. Like physically, like I mean, I imagine they'll probably have him like on a green screen set, and he'll kind of do his thing, and they'll have him in the mocap suit and all that other stuff, and they might even put the little height thing on him so they can kind of know exactly how big they want to make him. And what they'll do is kind of similar to what they did with Thanos, because a lot of people, this is something I think a lot of people didn't really think about too much when it came to Thanos in the MCU, is that they also used Josh Brolin's eyes for like they used his actual eyes for the character. So when you look at him, that's kind of why I think he emoted as well as he did for being a CGI character, is that you could see his actual eyes in like on camera, and actually like that, which is a lot of the visual acting. I think you're gonna kind of get a little bit of both of that, and I think his voice is what's going to be the primary draw. Because for those who are not familiar, I love Ralph Ineson as an actor. I know a lot of people have been focusing on the fact that he's a Harry Potter alum, that he was on Game of Thrones, and all that. But I'm gonna go to right now, for me, that motherfucker is always gonna be Sid. That motherfucker is always gonna be Sid, all Final Fantasy 16 with the black and mild hanging out his mouth.
I want to play that one, but I need a good sale before I play that one. I played the demo of it, and it pissed me off. And then I told you I looked up the wiki because the main character's mom just made me like extremely mad, and then I found out what happened to her, and then I got really mad, and I just didn't want to.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna hold you. You ain't gonna get you ain't ever gonna get that comeuppance that you're looking for.
And that pissed me off, and I immediately took that out of the cart. I immediately took it out of the cart.
I will say this,
Sir
though.
Yuri G is saying that they were the Green Knight, and I've actually seen that movie.
That was my next one. Yeah, that was actually the next thing I was going to bring up. So yeah, he was and like not just in the Green Knight, he was the Green Knight.
Movie. I like that movie.
Yeah. Oh no, Green Knight is a motherfucker. I have a little bit of bias. I have a little bit of personal bias because the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is my favorite, like, King Arthur centric story. Or like my favorite, like, medieval tale.
I'm happy that I knew about the Green Knight because it made understanding once in future a tiny bit better.
Oh yeah. Because there's the Green Knight comes up in the Green Knight comes up in that story, and when the Green Knight show up, I like when I was reading that comic as it was actively like coming out.
Yeah.
When the Green Knight showed up, I already knew what time it was. I was like, when that motherfucker said, "You want to play a game?" And I was like, "Ooh, don't say yes. Ooh, don't say yes." And everybody kept trying to like fuck with him. I was like, and then when what was it? Duncan dumbass was sitting there like, "Well, maybe the story's different. Maybe he'll stay dead." And then that motherfucker sat up like Undertaker. Motherfucker came up like the gong.
I don't like that you got that on deck. Stop. I don't like that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That motherfucker kind of came up like and sat up. Paul Baird came out with the urn. It's like, ooh, yes. Oh, but anyway. That said, I personally think this was I think this is a good pick because, well, for one, he's already proven that he can work with heavy special effects.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they decide to go practical with Galactus, which honestly I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. I mean, personally, I would rather they go practical. Yeah.
Thanos, you want him to go practical.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin kind of shows that CG and shit could work.
Yeah, no, it most certainly can. The only reason why I would say don't do practical is because while he is a very, like, Ralph Ineson is a very tall, imposing man, I think, he might, okay, let's talk about this part of it, because why was Ralph Ineson chosen for this role? Because there's some interesting things that are going on maybe some people don't know about. So, Ralph Ineson was on the Disney Plus series Willow.
Okay.
And so basically, and I'm trying to remember what was the name of the character he played. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the name of the character. Commander Ballantyne, that's what it was. And he got injured. He was shooting a scene for Willow, and he injured his shoulder. And apparently it was during the ogre fight on the Disney Plus series. And he has sued Disney. He's actually sued Disney. They actually, just this past December.
Yeah.
He sued Disney, and I want to say it was for like somewhere in the neighborhood of like almost a couple $100,000, or somewhere along those lines. And here it is right here. He dislocated his shoulder and while they were filming, and basically he sued them for damages, which was about £150,000, which is about 190,000 and some change in a US conversion. Well, you go USD on it. And he cited that it had permanently impaired his ability to do roles where he would, say, be doing more physical stuff, like riding a horse, like what he did in The Green Knight, or like doing action sequences, which he does have a tendency to do when he takes on roles. Also, I forgot, the Vivitch. He was in the Vivitch. There you go. Just the witch, but I just like calling it the Vivitch because of the way they stylize it. But yeah, anyway. That said, he very well likely that, like, I don't know if this is what Disney did, but Disney was probably like, man, look, we know you suing us, but how about this? How about we sell this shit out of court? You could be Galactus in the movies, and you set up for a while. We gonna hook you up with something. It's gonna be some light work. You just work off some green screen, and look, hey, it'd be the easiest check you'd have never made. All you got to do is provide your voice. Which, to be fair, the voice he uses, because like I saw a lot of people saying like, oh man, I hope he uses the voice for when he voiced Sid in Final Fantasy 16. And I kept having to tell people, I was like, y'all know that's his normal speaking voice, right? Like, that's not even acting. Like, that's just how he talks. Because he uses the same voice in Diablo 4, where he plays Lorath. And he uses the same damn voice in Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, the Vivitch, and every other thing I've seen him in. Like, that motherfucker has always been Sid. Because he is Sid. Like, I think the only thing he ain't got, like, the fact that he don't have a black and mild hanging out his mouth right now is the only thing that is killing it for me. But yeah, but that said, that is what it is right there. That is what it is. But Carter, what do you think? You like? How does this casting make you? Especially now that he's kind of confirmed it, because he did actually have a response to it, basically saying, something to the tune of World Devour. I'll see what I can do. In his response to the casting getting out.
Okay. So I like his voice just from, because you're saying Sid from Final Fantasy 16. I'm looking at it more so like, oh, that's the dude from Diablo 4.
Yeah.
So I like the voice. So I know that Galactus is going to have, when you hear the Galactus talk, you gonna know what time it is.
Right.
Which is great. That's what you want. You want him to be oppressive. You want since I saw somebody in the chat bring up it's not a Blerd Cave without some WWF Attitude Era reference. When you hear the voice, you know you want to be able to know that business is about to pick up.
Yes, sir.
So I do like it from that standpoint. But other than that, because they also casted this individual, they also casted this brother for Galactus. They also cast John Malkovich for a role we do not know yet.
Yeah, it has not been revealed. Also, they got the cat from Cobra Kai, the mongoose, the heavyset guy that was too old to be hanging out with them goddamn kids. Yeah, they cast him in a role. They haven't said what it is. And I guess I should probably say this, if this wasn't obvious, this is all for Fantastic Four, not for Avengers, Secret Wars, or whatever the fuck they're gonna call Kang Dynasty going forward. This is for the first Fantastic Four movie in the MCU. I probably forgot to mention that.
With that being the case, now that we know who the players are, honestly, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. I don't care anymore until I want to see a trailer now. Since we know the players, I need to see a trailer. Or if not a trailer, when is the damn Entertainment Weekly magazine issue coming out that's gonna have the cast on the cover and we're gonna see some stills from the film in the magazine? So that's honestly what I'm waiting on right now. Cool casting, great voice for Galactus. But yeah, I need a trailer now.
That's fair. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to wait a little bit before we get that, obviously, but I think I think we're gonna be good. I think, like, I personally feel like we are going to be okay.
There you go, Elite X1, Entertainment Weekly or Empire Magazine. Just when do those drop so I can see what everybody looking like?
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's all I'm waiting on now.
100%. I 100% agree. We got LJ Brown with the $4.99. Said Nick Cage's Ghost Rider is a freaky ass fool. 69. God, Carter Crip walking, Planet Swallower, no BBL Drizzy.
And I said it in chat, but like I'll say it just for everybody that keeps bringing up BBL Drizzy. I hit up Ernie literally yesterday and was like, can we please, God, make that the countdown song for just tomorrow?
I mean,
I did do that. Because I see where everybody's head is. I think y'all would have lost your fucking minds had y'all heard that counting down from 5, singing Blade, punching people in the face, hearing BBL Drizzy. So, yeah, that was the thing that I tried to get done yesterday.
I thought about it, but yeah.
It really depends on the day of what Nick Cage you gonna get, but it's always a good day because it's Nicolas Cage, bro.
Oh, because you know he gonna act a goddamn fool is what you know. Shit.
I just saw people reacting to Facebook. It was their first time seeing, or not Facebook, Face Off. I saw a YouTube channel I watch.
Okay.
They were reacting to Face Off because they had never seen it before. He was younger people, and just seeing their reactions to the shit that Nicolas Cage was doing, it's just hilarious.
Dude,
it's just hilarious.
Wild. Like, he was actually wild back then. Like, it just like they were just letting that man. But you know what? When you're like, because if I'm not mistaken, he's the he's a Coppola. Like he's a so yeah. When
I found out about that like a couple weeks ago. I could not believe that.
Yeah, he's a. Here's the funny thing about Hollywood: there's actually a lot of actors who come from very, very famous families in Hollywood, and you wouldn't know it because a lot of them changed their name, so they wouldn't.
Nicolas Cage was a huge surprise to me because I did not know that. I think the only one that or not the only one, but the last one that I knew that just surprised me was Emilio Estevez.
Because the funny thing was, because Estevez, if I remember correctly, is Martin Sheen's actual last name. He changed it when he got into the business. Charlie kept the name, the last name Sheen, the change up. Emilio was the only one who didn't. Like, Emilio kept his actual last name, which I thought was kind of crazy. But so yeah, it's wild to me. Like, but I was actually thinking about this the other day because there's quite a few other actors, if you kind of know where to look. Yeah. There's quite a few of them who, like, if you looked at them, like, I didn't know that so and so was related to this actor or that. Like, kind of like what was the other one? The one that kind of threw me. The one that kind of threw me for a loop was Angelina Jolie. Like, I remember when I was a kid. Yeah. Like I learned it like when I first started seeing her in movies. Like, I remember my mother was the one that clued me into the fact that was Jon Voight's daughter. But like it was one of those things I was like, I just thought it was so weird. I was like, oh, why'd she change her name? And I was like, oh, I can kind of see why. You don't want to be roped in with with a more famous relative, so that way you can kind of. Which, I mean, there are some actors who just don't give a fuck, and they'll just and not to say they're doing it. Yeah, and not to say that they're like, because nepo baby is kind of like a term that gets thrown around a lot, but it's not to say that they're like trying to bank off the name, but it's just like they just don't care. Like case in point, the U.S. agent actor Wyatt Russell, that is Kurt and Goldie's son. Scott Eastwood.
If you couldn't tell just looking at him and his damn face,
right? Well, even the way he acts, he has a lot of Kurt Russell's. Like when I see Wyatt Russell, I just see Kurt Russell. Like, I see a younger. Like, I go back to like old, like Snake Plissken, Tango and Cash. Kurt Russell when I look at Wyatt Russell.
Okay, I think we're veering off now because now you're bringing up Metal Gear Solid characters. What else are we talking about?
Right. Anyway, I tell you what, we're gonna bring up. We got LA chilling out here with the 21 months. So it's probably do what they did with Peter Dinklage for talking about in regards to Galactus. I could see them doing that. Like, I could see that. I could easily see that. Also, shout out to I believe I am Gregor D out here over here hooking folks up on the Twitch side over here. Love to see it. I think we got let me see if I can pull up if it'll actually show me. Because they be trying to hide shit. They be trying to hide shit from me. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, out here gifted 5 tier 1 subs over here, man. We love to see it. Out here. Also, here, hold on me. Bring it back. Trying to see what's going on over here. What else we got here? I think we're caught up. Yeah, we're caught up.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're
good. So the next thing, because we're actually gonna get through a lot of this pretty quickly. If I have it my way. Y'all gonna hate me on Twitter. Because now that Carter has said what he said, I'm gonna make it a thing. No, y'all will see it on Twitter.
Don't just drag my name into some shit, especially because I'm not even on Twitter anymore. Don't just drag my name to some shit. What did I do?
I'll show you. I'll show you what I did.
Yeah, but what else are we talking about, my brother?
Hold on, wait. I gotta. All right.
While you're doing that, Nuck, Blerd Club Diamond Mine for 36, you fucking guy. Nuck for 36 months. He says, been here a while. Carter Akuma is almost here. Yes, he is. I'm waiting to see that. I think I have like one more character rental left because I used 2 of mine on Ed. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try Akuma out for a little bit. But if you want your Street Fighter 6 fix, since I'm not really streaming it like that, for all intents and purposes, after we are done with this show, I am gonna be in the TV room playing the newest episode of Windbreaker for everybody, and then Ernie and I are getting back on Orcs Must Die 3 because that shit is hilarious.
Oh, that game is funny as hell.
Shout out to my boy Poshib. If you all want your Street Fighter 6 fix, if he was just playing it yesterday, Master Rank Kimberly, he's trying to get back in the swing of things for season 2 because he's going to be on his tournament run. So yeah, if you want Street Fighter 6 fix, go do that because you ain't gonna get it from me for a little bit. I'm gonna just be in training mode and practicing and this, that, and the third until I just want to jump on the scene. LJ Brown is saying, Blair without fear, I drag Carter Presents name all the time. You know what? Since you said that. As a matter of fact, can I do it in Discord? Where's Discord right now? Because there was a certain individual that he said some things and he did not want to give me my proper goddamn credit. It was somebody recently that joined. See, it's gonna make me scroll.
Wait, is this in regards to Marvel Rivals?
No, this is not in regards to Marvel Rivals. His name is Thesian. Thesian Hemrick. Here we go. He said, what up, all? The CEO of Blerd Core inspired me to join after his heartfelt and based lecture on protecting your account. Considering my main YouTube/Gmail email account is blocked from Discord due to shenanigans, I can never link the two again. People, protect yourselves. I attribute none of the inspiration to Carter because he'll just call me out. Here's the thing. The CEO of Blerd Koa inspired me to join after his heartfelt and based lecture on protecting your account. Here's the thing. The CEO did not make a goddamn lecture on protecting your goddamn account. It was me, in the words of Edward Norton in Fight Club. It was me. So even though you don't want to attribute any of the inspiration to me because I'm going to just call you out, I'm going to call your ass out anyway for giving this bald motherfucker credit for some shit I didn't say it.
True. I thought it was funny because I was like, I didn't say shit. I mean, I said something, but I didn't say like a lot.
That was me. It wasn't just a bunch of things in a house. It was me. That's even more face-off lines for y'all to use against me. But yeah, I had to. That comment just reminded me that I needed to get that out of my system. Now, Ernie, what else you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about our next thing, and that is we got some news. Actually, I got this one right from right from the writer's mouth. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of writer Tim Seeley.
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel safe in saying I feel we both are pretty big fans. I think it's
if this big ass Grayson omnibus from Tim Seeley and Tom King wasn't an indication.
right. I mean, and I guess since we're sitting here pulling stuff out.
Whoa.
I guess I could say, and it just so happens this is the thing in question.
Mm-hmm. Which still trips me out that I did not know that thing went 47 fucking issues.
Yeah, that motherfucker went a good little bit. But here, I actually have the tweet right here in front of me. Bam.
Okay.
Tim Seeley says, yes, it's true. we finally have a TV show. Thank you. Thanks, Sci-Fi. This is a response to Sci-Fi picks up revival series based on comics. You can kind of see right there. This is actually one of my personal favorite series. This is something that I have long been a fan of for quite some time, and as you might imagine, yes, this is also shout out to Mike Norton.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Norton,
That's
who's the
your boy.
artist.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Yeah. Memphis boy. You born and raised here. It's a solid. This series is one of my personal favorites. But I say all that because hey, Tim Seeley, your boy is out here. We got was this right here. Boom.
I thought that was an omnibus that you had just pulled out. I didn't realize those were just separate. Are those hardcovers?
These are hardcovers. These are separate hardcovers. And I spent a pretty penny to get each and every. Also, you know what I love about them?
Yeah.
That was the front. That's the back.
That's dope.
Same
the ones before. I swear to God, I feel like you told me about those before you were looking for the Ninja Turtles joints. I think weren't you saying that those were hard as hell for you to find because they were so high?
Well,
or you had spent a lot on them and you told Mike Norton about it?
Yeah. So this was the one actually.
Okay.
The other books were pretty relatively easy to find. Volume 2 was the one that was incredibly difficult to find, and I ended up spending someone finally put it on Amazon for not a good price, but it was still more than it should have been. Yeah. Because I think suggested MSRP is like $34.99. They were selling it for I think $60 or something like that, 60 or 70. But it was the only one that I could find that wasn't like $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800.
That's what happened to me with the 2000 AD because it's really like $12 to $13, but I just spent $80 on it. That's coming my way. So okay.
So
you wanna let them know? So long and short of it, if you all are understanding, Tim Seeley series from Image by the name of Revival. Fuck the Revival. Has a TV live action series coming to Sci-Fi. If you have never heard of Revival, it actually went 47 issues. It actually came out in 2012 apparently, which I did not know. That is disgusting to think about. 2012 Carter. You want to give them a little bit of an idea of what the book is basically about?
Yeah, definitely. Also, quick postscript to what you just said. Did you know it crossed over with your boy?
So I was going to ask you if any one of those hardcovers actually had the Chew Revival crossover.
It does.
Did one of those hardcovers have it? Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think it's the third one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the third one. So yeah, the Revival. What is the Revival about? It is about a little sleepy town in Wisconsin. Which, by the way, I want to preface a lot of what I'm going to say here with. This is a comic that takes place, as I mentioned just a moment ago, in Wisconsin, and that means you're going to hear a lot of Wisconsin dialect. Fargo.
Okay.
Think Fargo.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
You're going to hear a lot of "oh yeah," or "don't you know," or stuff like that. So it kind of like in the same way that I said in my review for Philadelphia that when you read the characters, they sound like how people from Philly would sound. It's the same for this. The people that you read in this, if you are the least bit familiar with the Wisconsin area, you'll probably be like, yeah, this tracks. But yeah, the story, for all intents and purposes, it is about this little sleepy town where a mysterious occurrence happens. People start to, when they die, they die, just because they're dying, but people aren't staying dead. This is actually one of my favorite openers for this, because this guy, he's basically working at the crematorium part of the morgue. He's putting the body, he's got the body in the casket. He's putting the casket in the furnace,
Yeah.
And no sooner than he does so, you start hearing this these screams. Right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, dude just comes about that motherfucker like, ah! You done burnt me. Goddamn you.
Man, I could not fucking imagine, dude.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, like you got like old girl right here who like wakes up off the slab talking about how she's cold, and all this other stuff. Like people just start randomly coming back to life. Now, here's the thing I want to make sure I'm incredibly clear on. These people are not zombies. Like not in the sense like kind of yeah, kind of no, but not in the sense that you're thinking. They're not like constantly walking around saying brains.
Yeah, they just it's literally like you took a nap somewhere, you got blackout drunk, except you've been blackout drunk so long that you are rotting away and you're losing some limbs, and you actually not blackout drunk. You've been dead for like 20 years.
Yeah, like and the thing is, listen, respawn glitch. Basically. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And like and the thing is, the people who are coming back, they're coming back in a way that it's fucking with their mind. Like in this case, old girl here with the blood all around her mouth, like she came back. And the thing is, when she died, she didn't have all her teeth. But when she came back, she regenerated. So like she didn't de-age, but like anything that like she had lost had come back. So like that's why you see all those teeth laying on the ground, kind of like around where her hand is. It's because she's literally been sitting there pulling her own teeth out so she could put her dentures back in. Like it's shit like that. Like and the thing is, like some people who are so they call these people revivers. Instead of walking around saying blurred. I do. If somebody says blurred in that show, I'll holler. But no, they're the people like, some of them, they come back and you wouldn't really know that there's something different about them, or that, or that there's something wrong with them. You wouldn't notice. But there are like people like in this case where like they have lost their mind. Like maybe they were already kind of old and they are starting to go senile, or maybe just the experience of coming back from the dead has like fucked with them. Because in a lot of cases, like some of these people, and I'll pull this up right here, some of these people were legitimately being I don't want not what's the word, not operated on.
This one, this particular one, this is from issue 2, I want to say.
Yes.
This woman had already been revived. She had come back.
Yeah, she came
back. And basically, she went in front of a group of fucking people that knew she was dead, and they killed her again. So this was them after she just got killed the second time because she freaked people out. And this is them doing an autopsy. Sorry for all you audiophiles that can't see this. Y'all need to be watching it live.
Yeah.
So this is her being autopsied again, only for her to rise up. You need to play that goddamn Undertaker gone now. But what was even more worse about this one, because I remember this one because she was getting autopsied and they had cut her head open.
Yes.
You can't really see it in this shot, but they put the head back on because they couldn't find anything in the brain, or they had done what they needed to do in that area. And once they put the head back on, that happened.
Right. Yeah. She woke back. And that's the thing. Like, and the thing is, this is like, at first, it's kind of like an isolated incident. Like, not everybody knows what's going on. And then eventually the world finds out what's going on, and like they're like, oh, revivers, like that people are starting to treat them like they're fucking aliens or some shit. And it's kind of like, if you like, what if you watched a show like or read a comic like The Walking Dead, the dead are standing up but they're not zombies, and the rest of the world knows that it's happening like in real time. Like that's kind of what this is. And the funny thing about this comic is that, and I don't want to give away too much of it because it's one of those things. Since it's being made into a TV show, I kind of want to keep the spoilers, to a minimum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to, because I do feel like this is one of those series, and I say this about a lot of things. I always say, like, you should probably go in kind of cold. You should probably go in kind of cold to some of this stuff.
Like even the stuff we told you all, I think would be a little bit too much.
It's
but
almost
it's more
too much.
So to give you a reason why it's on our radar and why Ernie is so goddamn giddy about it getting a show order, and why I'm not as giddy. I'm actually a little bit nervous about this.
I think I know why, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm nervous as well.
Okay.
So this comic, it's going to have 2 female leads, because you have Dana, who I'm showing here. She is the older of 2 sisters. And if I remember correctly, oh my God, the other sister, which I don't, and if anyone who's read this, I don't want you to say shit. Don't say shit. Don't say shit about her. Just like we're not gonna go into that. But Emily or Emma, one of the 2. I know they usually just call her M, but for short. But they are at the center of this whole revival conspiracy and trying to get to the bottom of it, figure out why it's happening, who and what caused it, and how to fix it. Or to how to keep it from spilling out, because there's also a murder conspiracy that's going on in the background of this whole thing. And that's kind of where that's pretty much where you are. I will also say that, kind of getting back to that. So this is where we get into why I'm concerned, why I have concerns about the show, why I'm worried that it might not do well. And it doesn't have anything to do with the plot. It doesn't have anything to do with who they get to write it, or who will be the showrunner, the director, whatever. It doesn't have anything to do with any of that.
Yeah.
My chief concern is with where it's going to be. So Carter, I know you checked out the series, because I want to say I remember you being about as upset as I was.
You literally. I don't like that. Again, I think it's more so because I've been drinking. I don't like when we are both on that length of being on the same page, because I know where he's going now, and I know exactly what the fuck he pulled out. I had tabs open so I could see how many episodes that show got before Sci-Fi gave it the fucking boot. If you don't know what we're talking about and what Ernie is referring to, for all you audiophiles out there, you're not going to be able to see what he's about to pull up, but please, Ernie, without honest, he just put up a book from Image by the name of Deadly Class. Rick Remender, really good series. School training kids to be assassins.
Basically Harry Potter, but like
it was Harry Potter, but assassins. Very adult themed. You had your boy from Doctor Strange was one of the headmasters, like teacher on the show. I can't remember that brother's name right now.
Benedict Wong.
It was Wong. Yeah, Wong. Yeah, Wong was on that series as well. Really solid show. And that really solid show was put on a very liquidy, slippery ass network by the name of Sci-Fi. So that solid show being on that slippery network, that show got canceled.
Yep.
Which is wild considering they canceled that, but I think Happy got 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, Happy.
And that was one of the weirdest Grant Morrison stories y'all could have ever pulled from Sci-Fi. But that's why I'm nervous. That's why apparently Ernie is nervous, because that was a good show. Who, to me, for all intents and purposes, and I know several people are going to have several different opinions in mind. That was a good show on a bad network. And I wholeheartedly believe that Revival, coming from the source material, is going to be another very good show on a bad network.
Yes.
And I know everybody is going to pull Battlestar Galactica out their ass, and there are going to be some of y'all that are going to try to pull the Expanse out your ass. But you got to remember, Expanse didn't last that long on Sci-Fi, and I did it.
Nope. They canceled.
It wasn't until that shit got yeeted somewhere else, and then it got its fucking flowers.
Yeah. They yeeted the Magicians. Yeah. There's another comic book show that they canceled early as well. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But to answer Paris Yule's question, is this along the lines of Pet Sematary? Kind of. Not in the sense that these people have to be buried on a specific piece of land that was very likely owned by indigenous peoples. But no, it's just in the sense of how they act once they come back. Like, have you ever watched Pet Sematary, Carter?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, like how, they'll come back and they're okay for a little bit. And then after a while, they start acting weird. Yeah. And then that it's kind of on that vein, but it's really it's specific cases as to why it's happening.
Infamous really Jedi, because there's two things in the chat I want to address right now. Infamous Jedi is saying, but that channel also gave us 3 good seasons of The Expanse. It's fucking weird. Here's the thing though, because we just brought up the fact that Expanse they had to go somewhere else for it to finish up. One show, one hit that Sci-Fi does have was Chucky. And Chucky didn't last long on Sci-Fi. Chucky on USA getting all the ad revenue right now. So, but another thing I want to address right now is Jack Maudib saying, didn't they already have a show like this? Speaking about revival, didn't they already have a show like this called The Leftovers? No, you are absolutely wrong. The Leftovers was not about people coming back from the dead out of nowhere. Yeah. The Leftovers was about a percentage, like I think maybe 2-3% of the world's population just vanished. Yeah. And then the show itself was not about the people that vanished. The show itself was about, okay, that just happened. We just gonna have some seasons about everybody else that's still here. Right. That's what The Leftovers was about. It had nothing to do with trying to figure out what happened to the people that vanished. Where did they go? Are they going to come back? No. The Leftovers was literally about, okay, this just happened. What about the rest of y'all?
The funny thing about because going back to Deadly Class, because I'm actually going back and looking at this now, just because this show, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings. This shit hurt my feelings because I love that comic, and 10 episodes is all they let Deadly Class get. And here's the thing, here's the problem with Sci-Fi Channel, and this is why I'm worried. They do not know what to do with a lot of their shows. Like, honestly, I think it is a safer assumption to make that if you have a show on Sci-Fi Channel that does really well, it's a fluke. And I don't mean a fluke saying that like, oh, it did well, that it was just, oh man, they just happened to fuck up on a good show. No, what I mean is Sci-Fi Channel just kind of fucked up into putting the show in the best place humanly possible for it to succeed. Because I'm trying to remember when they put this show on. Yeah, like it's like they I feel like Sci-Fi Channel, okay, wait, so this was January 6th. January 6th. Let's see. I'm gonna go to January, and I kind of want to look at. I want to look at what day that was.
And even though I wasn't a particular fan of it, because you all know that I'm not that deeply into Superman lore, I heard that the Superman show that Sci-Fi had was really good, and they went ahead and got that up out of here. So
they said nah. So it was it was coming out on Wednesday nights. This show was coming on Wednesday nights. Now here's the thing, that's not a bad time slot. But the thing is, they weren't willing to let the show find its audience. And I feel like I don't know what the ratings. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know what what the ratings were like, but I mean, I feel like the show. I feel like it had. I feel like it had something. I feel like it should have been a slam dunk.
It's just
like an easy layup.
It's the network, dude. It's just the fact that if you're trying to promote a good series about something like that, that's not the right network to do it on, man. Honestly, and you know what? They understood that with Chucky, and that's why it's a partnership with USA right now. The light bulb finally went off on them. You don't look at sci-fi for Chucky. You don't look at sci-fi for Deadly Class. You got lucky with Z Nation and Sharknado, and then you killed it. But you don't look at you look for Battlestar Galactica. You look for Star Wars. You look for Expanse. You look for Dark Matter and stuff like that. So I'm really, really hoping. Defiance was another one, and I was one of those weirdos that was trying to watch Defiance, but I was more so playing the game on PS3 and just wanted to see if I affected anything on that damn show. But I really truly hope that with this show, with you and I both saying the same thing, referencing Fargo and stuff like that, because that's really what this is. Because if you've seen any season of Fargo, you know how sometimes it would have its out of nowhere, just kind of supernatural, just really strange, random stuff that would happen. That's what the revival is, just more so with that supernatural stuff. I'm really hoping that Sci-Fi will see relatively early that, okay, we have something here, but it ain't gonna work here. Who can we give it to, but we can still get our bag?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that that's what happens, that they can see that it ain't gonna work on Sci-Fi and will put it on another network where it will, but they can still get theirs to where if it does really well, we could get subsequent seasons out of this. So that's what I'm hoping.
Well, to be fair, because I saw Mojo Quid says, and this is true. This is something that I think gets kind of lost in translation. Sci-Fi and USA are owned by the same people.
Yes, they are.
But it is a partnership in the sense that, yes, they're all under the same umbrella. Sci-Fi just hands that show over to a network where maybe it will do better, which I think is not a bad idea.
And that's what I think I think that's a way better way to describe that.
If you want a Oh, and by the way, thank you for them biddies. Thank you for them biddies over there. We appreciate the 200 biddies.
Saying that USA is a Lexus and Sci-Fi is a Toyota.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because here's the thing: Sci-Fi Channel is a very niche channel. Like they kind of lean more towards science fiction and horror. And honestly, Deadly Class was a type of show that was probably a better fit for USA Network. I feel like it would have been a better fit, and I don't know where. I think at the time, WWE Raw was still coming on USA at the time. Maybe the smart thing would have been to put that shit after that. Get those people that are like still on like for the wrestling, and then keep them on there, or because streaming is a thing. Put that shit on somebody's fucking streaming service and be done with it. Shit. Let people watch that shit when they want to. Like I feel like, yeah, I'm not saying put the shit on Netflix, because I mean Netflix's track record is suspect at best. But I will say that I think if it were on a Netflix, at least somebody would have seen that shit. Or put it on like a Hulu or on a, I don't know, somewhere, Peacock or some shit. I don't know, but like it needs to be somewhere where people can actually see it.
Yeah. And
put eyes on it. And I don't know. I like personally, I'm just, I know I probably sound like a Debbie Downer right now because I'm talking about how worried I am. It's not to say I'm not happy. I'm very happy for everyone involved. Tim Seeley, Mike Norton, and I would even dare say just a little bit more even for Tim Seeley because he's really been shooting his shot as of late. And some of you may or may not know this. But I actually recently discovered that he had a movie on, I think it was on Shudder. I'm trying to remember exactly where I saw it. But there's a movie that I checked out. It's a silly movie. It's kind of dumb in some small ways, but it's still an entertaining it's still an entertaining movie for me, just just in and of itself. Yeah. But oh god, I'm trying to remember the damn name of it. God, it's gonna fucking kill me because it's a weird name. It's not a name that would stick out. Let me put it like that. Actually, here, I'm going on his Instagram because I know for a fact he's talked about it recently on the gram. Oh man, that's actually going to hurt my feelings that I can't think about it right now. But yeah, basically, it was a movie about a stripper who, which I thought was kind of on brand for him. But it was basically not even like an actual strip club stripper, but
Revealer?
One of those.
Revealer?
Yes, that's the one. That's the one, Revealer. And I freaking loved that movie because it leaned into what it was. It's a silly, stupid movie, but a fun, silly, stupid movie. It's a movie that knows exactly what it is. But yeah, it's about a woman who is she works in a nudie booth, and the apocalypse happens. And the only safe place from the apocalypse is inside that goddamn nudie booth. The folks are becoming possessed. People are like, becoming demonized and all this other stuff. And the only other person who is, surviving the apocalypse with her is some hoity-toity Jesus freak. But yeah, it's on Shudder. It is really, it's a fun movie. Also, I got really excited because one of the dance routines the main girl does is to one of my favorite songs by Gunship, Dark All Day. And I was like, oh, and they actually play damn near the whole song. Like, they actually have her dancing on the pole for almost like the whole song. And I was like, dude, I was like, man, I was like, you know what? I really wish I could sit down with Tim Seeley because I feel like he and I would get along. But no, Tim Seeley, he's been, making his various and sundry forays into being in more of the Hollywood picture, because like this movie is co-written by him. Like, it's not just a this is based on something he's done. Like, this is and I think he actually made a comic for this, if I remember correctly. It's technically a comic book movie. But yeah, I want to see Tim Seeley have nice things. I think Tim Seeley deserves to have nice things. I think Mike Norton deserves to have nice things. I want this to do well, but I am genuinely concerned that sci-fi has learned nothing. I wish it was going to USA. I feel like USA would have done better by it. Why is the Jesus freak in the strip club? The reason why is because she was outside protesting the porno shop. Yeah, because like it's not even really so much a strip club. It's a porn shop that has nudie booths. Like, I don't know, like, if you ever like gone in like one of those like we used to have one here in Memphis, like called Fantasy Warehouse, and like they had nudie booths in the building, because Fantasy Warehouse and Gold Club were kind of connected, so you would see some of the girls from the Gold Club in the nudie booth at the Fantasy Warehouse. So it's one of those types of situations.
In my 35 years that I ever think we would be bringing that goddamn spot up on a comic book podcast.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, look, we out here, man. We out here.
I work the Go Club.
Hey, you already know what time it is.
Wow.
Well, no, okay, so here's the thing. Well, no, so here's the thing. This show is also a case study on what tolerance is all about. Because basically, the Jesus Freak girl is Judgy McJudge face about the stripper girl. And to be fair, and rightfully so, the stripper girl is kind of Judgy McJudge face about the Jesus Freak girl. But the movie is really about them putting their personal ideological differences aside and realizing they're the only people they can rely on now that the apocalypse has happened. And like they do this, man, I don't want to say any more than that because like there's some really good stuff that happens in that movie. Also has one of the more interesting end credit sequences that I've seen in a long time, and not even like talking about like a post credit, like the way that they show you the credits at the end of the movie is really cool because without being like, hey, wait till the end of the credits to see if something crazy happens. It's like there's crazy shit happening almost through the entire end credit sequence. Kind of like, in a roundabout way, almost setting up a sequel. I don't know if it'll get it, but if it did, I would watch it. So yeah, there's that. That's my Tim Seeley endorsement. But yeah, that said, yeah, I have my concerns, but I think we're gonna be okay. I want to hope that we're going to be okay with this. I want this show to do well. I want people to watch it. I want people we don't know exactly when it's going to be coming out, but I think they've already started work on it because I think when I was going back and looking at Tim Seeley's Twitter, one of the writers for it was talking about it. They were talking about the let's see. Let me go back. Yeah, here it is. That's funny. Yeah, Michael Morecci says, yeah, this is it right here. Boom, I'm pulling this up. Yeah, right here. Says, yeah, Michael Morecci says, based on Tim Seeley and Mike Norton's best-selling comic, Sci-Fi is bringing revival to TV, and I co-wrote the pilot with Luke Boyce and Aaron Kuntz. So, interesting postscript to this. Luke Boyce is who co-wrote the Revealer. They co-wrote Revealer with Tim Seeley. So, there's a little bit of, yeah. But, yeah, so all we know is that season 1 is coming out next year. That's all we know. But I'm happy. I'm happy for him. Like I said, I really want this to do. Michael Morecci also co-wrote Revealer with Tim Seeley. So yeah, you got so you know what? I kind of hope that this team. I hope Tim Seeley gets to do a little something with this as well. I don't know if he's gonna get to write any of it, but this actually just makes me more excited. Makes me more excited. I think that's it. That's all I had.
Okay.
Have I been in the nudie booth? No. Here's the thing. I find nudie booths disturbing. And it has nothing to do with not being able to, make contact with the person stripping. It's just like nudie booths, like just from what I have seen of them, they feel like a very weird prospect to me. And it gives peeping Tom energy. And I don't like that. Like, I would rather just go to a strip club and be done with it. Like, it's a little bit too extra for me.
X-Men 97.
I mean, we can talk about X-Men 97. We can talk about that. I've already kind of given my takes.
Yeah.
I did that Thursday on Nerds of Culture, which is live every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, I think is when that is. But yes, I already kind of gave my...
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had given it all on Nerds of Culture.
Yeah.
So...
Well, we did.
Okay.
We talked about the episode, but we did predictions for the finale. So I've said my piece about it. The only thing, the only thing that I could possibly add to it is go watch that episode of Star Trek that Bo DeMaio recommended. Star Trek Next Generation, season 5, episode 18, Cause and Effect. That is the only thing, unless Carter wants to bring up something that I might jog my memory and make me think of something. But Carter, what did you think? I know we kind of talked about it earlier.
If you already went into it, there's no reason to go back toward it. I don't really have any. I don't know where they can take this finale. There is one thing I wanted to ask you about Bo DeMaio, and then we just got a bunch of super chats I'm gonna have to read off real quick. First, 1999 from Carlos Johnson saying, "Old bony claws to a tea-do rag." I don't want to know why it's a tea-do rag. Knows Logan is about to get a new primary care physician named Apocalypse to get that mental back. See, you already. That's a HIPAA violation. You just telling us who go give him his memories back. Also, can we get WB? Or you saying WB need to get? I'm gonna need y'all to just use spell checks on y'all phones and keyboards. Can we get WB to get Bo DeMaio to make a milestone animation? I could use the Legacy Virus Revisited. I didn't know Milestone had a Legacy Virus. I think you just tried to do your own nasty version of Amalgam with Marvel and Milestone. I almost banned you. Bird Nerd with the $4.99 saying Blerd and Comic Book Herald are hosting a X-Men 97 post-game show. Give him a follow. He just interviewed Brian Michael Bendis. I did not know that.
Yes, he did.
That was pretty big for him, and I did not know you all were going to do. Why did I just start thinking of Sunday football, you and Jimmy Johnson talking about every football game we just saw in week 12? We got the Space Cowboy with another 5 saying, I hope y'all are doing good. We are. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree that Iron Man is low-key an American tokusatsu character? Just for laughs, but I would like to hear your thoughts. And before you answer that question, Gearless Mo out of nowhere with the Marvel vs. Capcom assist
with the RKO
with the 100 bomb, saying that sci-fi was a test bed for shows, movies, and series. It struggled to find a core audience, but that's when streaming nations attacked. How can we combat this, you ask? It's super easy, barely an inconvenience, by getting those likes up. You just did some Trap God Thanos shit, because I was not expecting you to end it like that.
Also, I love the God, why am I blanking on the name of the channel? But I love the reference. It's like super easy, barely an inconvenience.
So, first thing for you, would you agree that Iron Man is low-key an American tokusatsu character?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me be more specific. Okay. Iron Man, yes, he is an American tokusatsu character, just so much in the sense that he is a guy who is otherwise normal and can henshin into a powered state. Now, the thing that takes him out of, also he has a Megazord.
Yeah,
he has a Megazord. He's actually had two or three of them bad boys, and 2 of them more recently than others. The only thing is he doesn't do any crazy poses, so like I kind of have to dock points. I gotta dock points. My tokusatsu, I need to see like I need to see like a huh. And then maybe like a whooshing, and then like put the hand on the belt.
I ever see Tony Stark do some nastiness like that?
He got
my God,
he got to. Otherwise, I don't want it. I don't want it. I like kind of give you some inside baseball. There's a little kind of manga one shot that I'm working on. I've been kind of showing it to some of my artist friends just to kind of get opinions. But one of the things that kind of went into the development of it was I sat in a mirror and tried to come up with my own unique Henshin transformation poses. And that shit took about a week. Because like I didn't want to do anything that other people have done. Like I didn't want to like, oh, this is just Kamen Rider, or oh, this is just this season of Super Sentai, or this season, because every Kamen Rider season the pose is different, and every Super Sentai season the pose is different. But I wanted to come up with something that like made sense for my character. And like I said, it's something special to see when you see it like work out. I will also say, for those who because I kind of want to go back to some of these other ones and answer a couple of things.
Yeah.
Going back to what Bergner was talking about. This right here. Go check out Comic Book Hero because he's legit. Dave is somebody who I actually consider a friend. We don't get to talk all the time, but like, I would at least call us work friends. But yeah, Dave is a good dude. He's smart. He knows the game. He doesn't know just the here I'm gonna zoom this in just a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit better. But he is not just a comic book like as far as like the meta game, the canon stuff. He actually knows the industry really well too. So I like and to be fair, I actually am shocked and appalled that he doesn't have a bigger following than he does. So y'all go help him out with that. I know I am on my journey. I know I'm on my personal journey to reach 100K. I think that if you are not if you're not already, because I know there are quite a few of you who actually come from Comic Book Herald's channel, but if there are not if you are not someone who is familiar with this channel, and especially if you love like X-Men stuff and kind of getting inside baseball on the industry, I think you do yourself a disservice not following him. So I would highly advise it because I know a lot of people think that I am very knowledgeable, and I like to think myself as being very knowledgeable. But Dave, and I've actually said this before. I've even told Dave as much, and I think I've said this on videos and streams before. But Dave was actually very instrumental, and I don't think I can overstate this enough. Dave was actually very instrumental in helping me figure out where to start when I was getting back into comics before I started this channel.
Gotcha.
Because he doesn't just do YouTube. He actually there is a website called Comic Book Herald, and he does like reading orders and all kinds of stuff for a lot of different comics. It's a lot of work, so I do highly advise, please, if you have not done so before, please go check it out. Show him some love. The guy puts in, I would say, I think I work pretty damn hard. I think I work pretty damn hard at what I do. If there's anyone who I actually feel legitimately works harder than me, it would be him.
Yeah.
And as far as to go back to the previous one, because I'm not gonna let you get away with that with ignoring that 1999 super chat. I will definitely say I don't think Bo DeMaio is as fired as a lot of people want to believe. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing I want people to take a look at. No one has actually like made a big deal about it other than like clickbait YouTube channels and Twitter accounts and TikTokers and comic book news sites. Bo DeMaio has been as quiet as the fucking grave about it, and Marvel really ain't said shit either. And this is kind of the thing this is kind of the headspace I've been in as of late. I honestly don't even think he's actually fired. like, I know a lot of people kind of like started internet sleuthing, thinking that they kind of figured out. I think we kind of said the same, that like no one's going to know the truth until he reveals it, or Marvel reveals it. Somebody reveals it. And I think it's best that we just not even speculate. But if I was going to do any speculation just based on the things that we know, I don't think Bo is fired. I could just as easily see him being just taken off of one project and moved over to another. So, like, if news broke in the next several months that, oh yeah, X-Men 97 writer Bo DeMaio is writing the X-Men MCU movie, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. So
I actually wanted to bring up another recommendation of yours.
Oh yeah, what's up?
That Eric Carter is talking about with another 1999. He's saying, speaking of Tim Seeley, he appreciated the Local Man recommendation. He said he picked up both trades and flew through them, hoping to see more indie reviews and recommendations on the channel.
You will. I don't want to give away the game too much, but there are some books that I've been looking at, and and here's the thing, it's kind of become this thing that I don't know if they will. Yeah, it's kind of is what it is at this point. But I kind of I'm looking at the prospect of kind of making a little, not a drastic change, but making a little bit of change in some of the stuff that you see. But yeah, definitely more reviews are definitely going to be a thing. And I'm gonna and here's the thing. I still want to maintain my stance of not doing videos about books that I don't like, because I don't like shitting on anybody's work just because I don't even consider myself a critic. Mm-hmm. I just like talking about the books that I like. So I don't really like. The only way you would see me do a negative review about something is if I genuinely felt that it was something harmful.
Yeah.
Like Mark Miller's The Unfunnies, which I just recently discovered, and is a very harmful book. And
never heard of
it. And for good reason. Don't look it up. It's you know what? I'll put it this way. It's the comic that got him divorced, and that's all you need to know about that. That's how bad it is. But also thank you for that 1999 super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you. And we also got because I think I thought I saw another one in here somewhere. Yes, we got Paris Yule with the $20. So seeing that we have Bone Claw Logan as well as previews of Omega Red, Silver Samurai, which basically that was them setting up next season. I'm thinking next season may be Wolverine heavy. Thoughts. Enjoy your weekend and a preemptive happy Mother's Day to the moms out there. Yes, actually, yeah, dude. Oh man. Thank you for actually reminding me. So I don't get my adamantium wig snatched.
Ooh, boy, you finna catch one of them backhands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna. Oh no, y'all ain't about to get me fucked up. But no. I definitely, and this is also kind of going back to the other previous, one of the other previous questions too, talking about your Bone Claw Wolverine. I feel like, and I think I said this in my video for it. I feel like Bone Claw Wolverine. That's something I would actually like to see stretched over the course of the next season. I don't think it will. They'll probably kind of do it like they did Life Death. It might stretch over like 2 or 3 episodes, depending on how many episodes they get.
We saw Inferno. That shit might be done in like the first 6 minutes of episode 1 of season 2.
Hey. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, I totally get it though. Like, because sometimes you don't want to linger too much on the one thing when you know you have limited time. And Inferno was a year-long, almost year-and-a-half long story arc. I feel like not just the arc itself, but the build up to it and the aftermath. Like there was so much that went into that. They're like, you would have had to have done just one season that was just Inferno. But and I don't think anybody would have wanted. Well, I mean, maybe they would have. I don't know if it would have went over as well. But to get away from that, I definitely think a lot of what you saw. Silver Samurai, Omega Red. I think we'll definitely see Sabretooth. We'll probably see a Lady Deathstrike. We'll probably see a bunch of other. Look, here's the thing. As long as Romulus don't show up, I'm good. Okay? As long as Romulus don't show his punk ass up, I'm good. That's the only thing that I would not want to see. And then we got Joel C. Was a shout out to Bo for making Magneto the Tariq Nasheed of mutants. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten that Photoshop yet. Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe we will. I don't know. I kind of like I'm kind of waiting for like what people did with Vishon on WandaVision. I'm shocked we haven't gotten anything like that with Magneto yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could yeah, I would like to see that. That said, also thank you for that 1999 super chat. We appreciate you. Man. Oh man. Let's see here. I think that's I think we got through all of those. Now we just got to get through. We got questions from the Discord. We can't forget about that. Of course
not. I got those pulled up right now.
My man.
All right, we got our first one here from Qdoma. Morning, afternoon, and so on to you both. I mean, you could have just said evening instead of adding the so on to you both. One question I am pondering is if Inmate X is Charles Xavier in the new X book coming. You and literally every fucking body else who asks that question. I could be wrong on this, and I am fine with that. What is your hot take, Blerd?
With the benefit of some of the things that I've been seeing lately, I'm actually starting to think it's not Charles Xavier. I'm actually starting to think it's not Charles. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, I can tell you, I'll tell you this much. We know who it ain't. We know who it ain't. And that's, yeah, it ain't Wolverine. It ain't Cyclops. It ain't Jean, because all those motherfuckers got books and then run off and doing other shit. Also, I did learn something new. Apparently, so yeah, the thing we kind of talked about before, the thing everyone was worried about regarding the mansion, people being concerned that it was going to, that was going to be that we're going to be going back to the same base of operations, the mansion, and yeah, of course, we know it is become the detention center for mutants. It's already kind of been posited that some of the characters in there we've already seen are characters like Siren and Blob. This seems like kind of a not saying there are those characters, but those are like some of the ones that people have kind of pointed at. And we don't know who Inmate X is just yet. We still don't know. We haven't gotten the inside scoop on that just yet. But I will definitely say, if it is anybody, it's probably going to be a character that they kind of want to make sure you don't see for a while. And I can't help.
Ooh, why did you say that? Why did you say that? You know what? It ain't even that. Why did you say that? Why did my mind go to him?
Oh, who you going to?
I think it's more so because of what I saw in the chat. But this would be a way that they could get rid of this character for a while. But I don't know how you could explain why he's an inmate. What if it's Sync?
You know, so there is something that, and I think we talked about this. Or no, I don't know. We did get a chance to talk about this. Last week is a blur to me. But I think we did.
I feel that.
I think we actually did talk about this kind of briefly. Tom Brevoort, basically, when he was asked about Sync, like being asked like what characters can we expect to see from the Ashes era, one of the things that came up was they asked
we didn't talk about this on the show. This was just you and me shooting shit talking.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So Carter already knows this, but basically the character Cable was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tom Brevoort said basically Cable's going to be taking a knee for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were asked about Bishop, they said the same thing, and for the same reason, because they didn't really want to mess with time travel this early. And another one was Sync, and it wasn't what it like Tom didn't give an answer about where Sync is going to be going forward. He just said, I'm not at liberty to say right now because Fall of X has not ended yet. So, like, that was a very diplomatic answer on a very specific thing. Like, you don't say that. Like, if he just want to say, "Oh, I don't really know," like, he could have just easily said, "Well, I don't really know what we're gonna do with Sync after this." But no, he made sure to point. Like, he literally drew attention to it himself by giving so specific an answer, meaning that one of two things is gonna happen: either Sync is gonna catch it, or there is something going on with his story that is going to carry over into From the Ashes, and knowing what that is would be a spoiler. That's my take on it. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I know that at this particular point, the faith, I know the faith in the X office going forward is kind of low. I mean, personally, my faith is kind of low in the current X office. Because I feel like the books just ain't been hitting like they should. And like I said, I think I've said in a lot of my videos, I'm ready for something new. I like Krakoa as much as the next guy, but I'll be honest with you, that was never something that could have lasted more than 5 years anyway. It was too problematic when I say problematic, I don't mean like, oh my God, this is so terrible they did these things. I mean like, it was intentionally problematic on purpose because no nation is built without doing some fuck shit. Like, you don't build a nation and everything's sunshine and rainbows. Like, you got to do some dirt and you have to do some shady things. Like, it's a non-negotiable. No nation, there is no nation in this or any other Earth in the multiverse that was built on smiles and honesty. It takes lies. It takes deception. It takes doing some shit that could be seen as problematic to build a nation. And that's what Krakoa did. But something like that can't go that long without falling apart or having a revolution. So yeah, that said, I think, yeah, if it's Sync, I mean, I would find that sad. But only in the sense that, like, it would make me sad if they just didn't. It would be worse if they just didn't do anything with him at all. Making him, if he were to be Inmate X, it would actually be more like a promise than it would be a taking something away. Like, that's a promise that he would be used later. Because you wouldn't put him there if you weren't going to do something with him. And I would say the same for any character who does happen to be Inmate X if it is not Sync. But that said, yeah, there's that on that.
JWR 2.0.
Ooh,
Good afternoon,
go.
Ernie and Carter. Hey, hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Pour one out to all the moms and surrogate moms out there. Y'all are the best, and that does include cat moms. In honor of Mother's Day, can y'all name some of your favorite moms in fiction? Can be from a comic, movie, TV show, or etc.
I will say, just for me, this is probably low hanging fruit like a motherfucker. Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor. And you know what? Also, Ellen Ripley, because technically Ellen Ripley is a mom, even though you don't really get to see her be a mom. So yeah, some personal favorites of mine. Yeah.
I give you a quick one. Harriet Winslow.
Okay, I like it. I like the energy. Truth be told, even though technically not I think she was actually a mother. I think she actually was a mother. Just, you mostly just saw her, mess with other folks' kids. Nell Carter on Give Me a Break. She was more of a mammy than anything else. Or technically a nanny, but, a mammy, because she was practically raising those goddamn white kids. But yeah.
I'm prepared this time for you, Trap God Thanos. Good evening, Blerd and Carter. How do you think DC is currently doing right now? I ask because the sales data for April came out, and while the data is limited, DC didn't have a single book in the top 10. For me, damn, DC doesn't have anything exciting going on. Like, who's really excited for Absolute Power?
Ooh.
At least for Blood Hunt, Marvel is giving lesser used characters like Blade or Moon Knight shine. I don't know if I agree with that. Moon Knight is, as opposed to DC doing another event with the same 7 Justice Leaguers at the focus. As a side note, if you know somebody light skinned, ask them how they doing. It's been a tough week for us since Aubrey Epstein went against Kendrick. So this is actually kind of sad to me that DC didn't have one book in the top 10, because the one book that I am reading right now, one reason being, I will say, because of the artist, because Ernie made me a fan of the artist, because of Once and Future, World's Finest.
Oh, yeah.
World's Finest is a really good book because it has Dan Mora on the art duties, and it's Mark Waid doing World's Finest stories. And that's been a really consistently good book every issue that I have read. With them not having a book in the top 10 though, I ain't really surprised. Other than World's Finest, I mean, Batman, I ain't gonna hold you. We said this about Al Ewing, and we said it about other artists or writers. See that Kendrick and Drake line got me saying artists now. For every hit that a writer will have, they will have misses. Case in point, it just came out this week. Venom from Al Ewing. Yeah, you just lost me on that one, big dog.
Venom. I forgot Venom came out.
So I think it's more so with Blood Hunt stuff as well. But you got Venom from Al Ewing. That's a miss. Even though it started off good with Batman, Chip Zdarsky, man, now we got a Zurin R for the Robins. Bruh.
No, I'm done.
Bruh. Did you know what he did with the Joker? Real quick.
Yeah, I'm about to say you have to put me up on game, because I stopped reading his Batman when the Joker stuff started like kicking off.
So real quick, because I guess they just wanted to yeet Jeff Johns up out of here since he's doing his creator-owned stuff. The 3 Joker stuff is no longer a thing. What it actually was, according to what they had Chip Zdarsky write, the man who trained Bruce into having the Zur-En-Arrh personality, or having multiple personalities and stuff like that, also trained the Joker to do the exact same thing. So that's where I wish you audio for listeners could see. He walked up. Get your ass back over here. Get your long-winded ass back over here. I'm sorry, audio files. He done walked away from the record booth. Okay, he done walked away from hearing that. Yes, for all you people in the chat, the person who trained Bruce when Bruce went and had his sabbatical, like you've seen in Batman Begins, and got trained by everybody, he learned how to control his mind and stuff like that. Somehow, well, not even somehow, Bruce left that dude alone. So to get back at Bruce, the dude trained the Joker to do the exact same thing. So it was never 3 Jokers. It was just 3 different. Let's take a Batman thing. Think of it like Joker just had 3 different Zur-En-Arrhs, basically, that he was. Yeah. So, yeah. For every hit that someone has, they have their misses. Now,
hold on, wait,
thank you.
No. I gotta say something. I love you, Chip. But no. Chip, you the homie. I love you to death. You my boy. You my boy. And I want nothing but the best for you and yours. And I say this as someone who literally is in the middle of enjoying his reread of Sex Criminals with that new Omni you just put out.
No, sir, I don't like it.
That's how I feel about that shit.
Last question from the Discord here from the homie Melvin saying, good afternoon, Blerdnauts. How your week has been good to you. Even though I know what you meant, I'm going to read it like you typed it.
Oh.
Since Mother's Day is tomorrow, what would be a good comic to give to a mom for Mother's Day? Happy Mother's Day to the moms and the MILFs. I think a really good comic for all the moms out there. Give them Walking Dead issue 100. I think that's a good one. I think that's a really, really, really good one to give fans. To give moms, I mean, Walking Dead issue 100. What you looking at me like that for?
Ain't that the one where...
Shut your mouth.
This motherfucker right here. You know what? For moms. Ooh, that's a good one. Man, and everything I'm thinking about right now is something that would just be nightmare fuel for a mother. You know, I tell you what. I think I got one.
Okay.
If you are trying to give a gift to a mother, and you want them to have a comic that basically like something that would be celebratory, or I wouldn't even say celebratory. Celebratory is probably not a good word for that. But like something that like really drives home, that feel goodness of just, family or even something that's kind of like a love letter to that sort of thing. Man, I would say, you know what? Give him Hack Slash. Give him Hack Slash, because that is all about a girl who is... No, actually, I take that back, because she killed her mama in that. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, no, Saga. There you go.
Hey, you want to give me a look?
Look, no. Well, I'll say Saga. Saga's the one I'm gonna pick, because it's literally about a mom just trying to do her best. So yeah, there you go. Saga for the win. Saga all day long. Saga.
All right. We got a 5 here from Go Shures Baby.
Yes,
Father saying that trying to make Batman cross Joker into Naruto cross Sasuke. I really hope not. And we got Brian Smith at the Gold Club, no less. And he been at the Gold Club for 3 months, Ernie.
Oh my God.
Question. Well, number one, we already know how you smell if you've been in the Gold Club for 3 months.
Ooh.
But
Smell
he has
like
a question.
Dussy.
Do you guys think Marvel pulls the trigger on making Jubilee an Omega level mutant? Or as he typed it out, Muntant? Or does she stay the same as always? But he is enjoying the show.
There you go.
I think if you read the I think the name of it was Exterminators. I think that was the name of it.
It was Exterminators.
If you read that mini and you saw what Jubilee did at the end of that story, I think you can make an argument now. It just depends on how often she could do that.
The only catch with her when she used that power or that level of power at the time,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The problem was when she did it, she literally fried all of the hair on her body off.
I think she was bucket naked.
She was. Yeah, no. She was most certainly bucket naked
She singed off her public hairs.
Yes, she did. She basically unleashed power so like here, and I want to pull this up so y'all can see this because I think it bears witnessing.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people get it twisted with Jubilee. A lot of people, they're still in that mindset that her power, she just does little fireworks and shit. No, her power is actually plasmoids, which is something different. It just manifests as fireworks. She can create powerful blast if she wants to. Sync has even used her power in such a way that, that it was very destructive. The thing is that she just doesn't know how to fully control it. Now, in this particular instance right here, you see she is unleashing her power. Like she literally says, eat my atom bomb. And when she does so, let me pull up this next panel right here. That is a type of explosion she lets off.
Mm-hmm.
And while granted, in doing this, she completely blows the entire spot up. And while this is actually tastefully covered, I'm just not going to take the chance on it. But yeah, she is left literally like all the hair on her body, including her public hairs, and the hair on the top of her head is gone after, because that's how that's how much power she was letting out. So yeah, Jubilee can be a threat when used correctly. It's long been stated that she has more power than what she actually knows or how to use. And I mean, there are other characters that have showed off some feats lately that I think are, noteworthy. One of which I kind of had to call back, if you watch the Wolverine video, because, man, I feel like people are sleeping at the wheel on this Sabretooth war, because motherfucker, Toad's supposed to be dead, yet he's sitting here talking with Wolverine and Necra and Oya and shit. That motherfucker's supposed to be dead. They literally done told you he did, and yet he just standing there. He died. He got his arm ripped off in issue 46, was pronounced dead in issue 47. Why is this motherfucker standing here talking to Wolverine and shit in issue number 49? He ain't been resurrected.
You asked too many questions. That question would have been better suited for one of the questions in the chat right now. I'm just hoping and praying that this 50 is going to be better than his last 50. Yeah. I will take the Toad shenanigans. I hope that this 50 is better than the last 50.
Wait, Johnson was man, that was a ghost. It had to be. It had to look. So right now, Toad is Patrick Swayze. Lord.
I don't want to see Oya or Toad trying to make a vase with no goddamn clay. That is so disgusting.
Man, look.
I don't want to see Toad trying to move a goddamn penny to get Wolverine's attention on the door. I don't.
Look, wait, here come Necro. You in danger, girl. You in danger. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, and I will say, I will cop to the fact that Jubilee in her power set, she is not the most powerful, so she probably wouldn't be considered Omega level, because there are characters who could dwarf her in that, but that's pretty damn impressive. Like, that level of power is very impressive. Very few people can actually pull that off in her power set. That said, let's take a look at our, I think, because that's it for, that's it for that. So here, let's get into our questions from the chat. I'm actually kind of going through right now and pinning some for us to take a peek at here. Because I think I see, yep. I'm glad I looked back. Okay, so we got two right here off rip. Detrick Morton with the question says, do you think that X-Men 97 Season 2 will take as long as the first season took to come out after it was announced? No, because they've already started developing it. It's already in development. It's 3. It's season 3. I don't even think you have to wait that long for that one. I imagine they've already kind of started work on it. I know that it has mostly been like planned out because I know Bo DeMaia, Bo DeMaia recently said that like they couldn't really say much about season 2 because they said they didn't really write it, but I feel like they at least helped with developing it, like setting the table for it more or less. But I don't think you have anything to worry about in that regard. We also got another one here from Bill. Says, Jean might eventually revive herself as the Dark Phoenix in X-Men 97. Will she be able to undo the time loop with Cable? Should she get him off of Sinister's influence? Honestly, I kind of feel like what's probably going to ultimately wind up happening is it could go one of two ways. And if he goes this route, Bo is a bad motherfucker. If they do that shit like what they did recently with Jean, where she died in the Louise Simonson series, where she's like kind of here. Let me show y'all just so I can kind of give you an idea. In the Louise Simonson series, and some of you who watched the video, you probably already know where I'm going with this. In that series, Jean pulled a move where let me zoom this in just a little bit. Jean was able to go back through pretty much every moment of her life and insert herself into a situation and maybe see if things could be done differently. And considering what Bo has said about how there was going to be a time loop type of situation, for those who don't know, like, and Carter, I don't know if you've ever watched that episode of Star Trek TNG, Cause and Effect, but that episode, the Enterprise crew is caught in a time loop. Dr. Crusher is the first one to really notice it, but like she starts realizing they're reliving the same day until they crash into another ship and then it starts over.
Gotcha.
And then eventually they have to figure out a way to stop the loop, and that's how they get out of it. And kind of going back to some things that Cable had mentioned, I believe it was in the previous episode. Cable had mentioned how he kept going backwards and forwards through time, and that every time that he tried to go back, something kept pushing him away. So I think, I think that is going to be the thing they're going to be kind of messing with in that. But I don't know if it's going to be something Jean does, or if it's something that Cable's going to be able to break the influence and do it himself, or if a past or like another version of Cable comes back and is able to do it, or if Bishop is the one. Because that's the thing. Bishop is missing right now, and I would kind of like to see him come back before this is all over. But if you remember Time Fugitives, which I think was like it was a 2-parter in the second season of the original X-Men animated series, I feel like you're gonna get that but condensed into one episode. That's my take. And yes, that was, let's see, yeah, there we go. I think that's that on that. Let's keep pushing. Speaking of, we got another super chat here from the homie Gearless Moda. Says, can we have Emma Frost do to Jubilee what she did for Iceman? For those that don't know, she showed him how to be Omega before he knew that he was Omega himself. Have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day. Yes, this is true. Emma Frost possessed Iceman's body. This is actually something I thought about doing a video on. I've actually been thinking about going back and taking little weird moments from X-Men and just doing a little quick video on them, just to kind of like, you know, maybe get people caught up on events that they may not remember or didn't even know was a thing. It's something I've been kind of contemplating for a while now. But yes, Emma Frost, while she, at this particular moment, it was right around the time that the Hellions were killed off.
Yeah.
And Emma Frost, if I remember correctly, she was catatonic and in a coma. This is where she takes over Bobby. This is where you get this version of Iceman from. And she was the one that actually showed him what was possible. And even at one point later, like after she was no longer connected to him, this is where you get this exchange from. This is from Uncanny X-Men number 318. But yeah, it's like here where she says, "Yeah, I owe you nothing, X-Man. It's not my fault. You're a pathetic little loser who never bothered to push himself. Remember, I was inside your head. We both know the reason you've been afraid to develop your powers over the years." Yeah, and then basically, when he gets in her face about it, she says, "Oh yeah, you're gonna hurt me. Don't push me. You're a fool, Drake. I like that in a man." But yeah, she basically kind of let him know what was what about his powers. He didn't know he had the ability to do some of the things that he was capable of doing, and this was kind of that moment that woke him up, so to speak. And Bobby Drake, aka the Iceman, has been Omega level pretty much almost ever since then. And then we've also got speaking of, thank you for that. 1999 super chat. We also got that, and we got another question here from Jerome. Says, question, maybe you mentioned it and I missed it, but is Manifold still locked away in stasis? No. He is actively helping the mutants on both fronts get back and forward between the places they need to be right now. So yeah, Manifold is back. He is out of the gulag. He is doing his thing now. Let's see here. That was a third question. We got one here from Chris Anderson. Says, question about that regarding the TNG cause and effect. Data realized his choice was wrong. Do you think something similar will happen with X-Men 97? Yes. I think, yeah, because there's a point where, and there's lots of, I think it'll be lots of little things like this. There's multiple points in the episode where something that was supposed to happen from the previous loop didn't happen because someone caught on to something that either Dr. Crusher or Geordi or someone else said and made things change just a little bit. But yes, I do think you'll see something kind of similar with Data, and maybe that might be what happens. But basically, for those that didn't catch the Nerds of Culture stream, my whole idea is that this is going to kind of be a way for time to change and could even lead to you getting a different X-Men roster for the next season. Like Wolverine going off and doing his own thing will be one way you get that, but things will change just enough that maybe instead of seeing the roster as you know it, maybe you might see a character that wasn't there before, and time will be treated as though they were always there. Like, case in point, maybe you see a Psylocke there, as opposed to, like, maybe time has changed to the point where Cyclops and Jean actually do go off into the sunset and are gone for a while, and then you see characters like Psylocke or Emma Frost or, you know, maybe a Colossus or something, and it'll be like, oh yeah, dude, Jean and Cyclops, they've been gone. Yeah, these dudes have always been here. Like, it might be something like that, because that was kind of something kind of vaguely similar happens, not, you know, to the Enterprise crew themselves, but something kind of vaguely along those lines happens towards the end of the episode. And then let's see here. Let's see. I think here's one from Y-Tube Noobs. Says, could Prisoner X be Krakoan Beast? No. I don't think a body was left after his death. No, we did not see his body. It would be a nasty ass way to keep Beast around. It would be a nasty ass way to keep that version of Beast, kind of waiting in the wings. I don't know if it'll be that. I feel like that Beast is not gone permanently, though.
Okay, I'm happy you said that. I don't think he's gonna be Inmate X by any stretch. I guarantee you, because Beast is on that Jed McKay team. Yeah, they're saving him for an arc. Yeah. He's bet any amount of money that'll be an arc.
Yeah, he's gonna come back at some point. Like, I don't think he's gone for good. Not at all. Not by any stretch of the imagination. And if he was, then that is a goddamn crying ass shame. Go do your thing. I got it. Let's see here. Ooh, wait, let me get rid of this. Get that out of the way. Let's see here. Carter's got to go run and take care of something real quick, so I'm gonna take the con. Actually, I might be done before he even gets back. Let's see here. John Battle with the 30. Was that 36? God damn! 36 months. So I'd like to wish everyone, everyone's mother, wife, spouse a happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. And if you haven't told them you love them lately, go and do it. And I'm going to second that because you really should. You need to give people their flowers while they're still around to smell them. Okay? Always, please do that. And we also got, this will be the last one here. We got one here. This is from B Black's question. I get Krakoa can't last, but could a devoted mutant could you see a devoted mutant region moving forward like the real life lagoons or like maroons and islands maintain independence to this day, but have conflict and inspiring stories in those spaces? I could say it like, honestly, I don't think Krakoa is going to be gone permanently, and I think I've talked about this before elsewhere, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got a story where there are mutants still living on Krakoa. They're just not like numbering in the millions. They'd probably be like a much smaller number, largely keeping to themselves, kind of isolationist, and might even be secret. Like they might actually be on the island, but not making their presence known, which I think is not a bad way to go about doing business, honestly. I feel like these things work better when there's no one there to know what's being done. And then we got here, says, this is a $5 super chat from Gokon Sure His Baby's father, says, I have not been up to date, but what about the Arakko mutants? Is Mars no more? Well, no, all the mutants on Arakko, they are helping the Krakoan mutants fight back against Orcus. So, like, yeah, all the, maybe not every mutant on Arakko, but most of the mutants on Arakko are over on the fall of the House of X side of things, helping Apocalypse. And some of them have even sacrificed themselves or tried to sacrifice themselves to help resuscitate Krakoa in light of some recent events. And then we got Revolutionary Dragon here with the $5, says, hey, Blerd, and Captain Carter, do you think Hydra Cap is going to be a villain in the Uncanny X-Men book? I could see it because he was teased. He has been, I don't know if he'll be an Uncanny. He might be in Jed McKay. I don't know, but I definitely think we're going to see him again soon. Mark my words on that. Mark my words on that. That said, I think that is all questions as far as I am aware. Yeah, that is all questions as far as I'm aware. Let me get rid of that. That said, yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for your time, your energy. Carter is still gone. He's had to go have a conversation with somebody, a private one, and that is all you need to know about that. I believe he is going to be doing his Windbreakers jam here in just a minute. I have a lot of stuff to do. I actually have 2 videos that I got to get edited so I can be caught up on my work for the week, as well as 2 other videos for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that are going to be coming up, kind of going back and recapping some stuff. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. If you think that is a good idea to maybe do some little videos like that, maybe like how Iceman became Omega level, you know, kind of stuff like that, or maybe how or why Jubilee might be in consideration or might not be in consideration for Omega level, stuff like that. If you want to see more stuff like that, let me know. You can tell me right here in the chat, and I'll be kind of watching it as we close the show out. But that said, thank you all so much. I got 2 videos that are going to come out after this. There's the Wolverine announcement video. There is also a video for Blood Hunt Dracula #1. And I have a video for Exceptional X-Men that I'm going to put out here probably tomorrow, give or take. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a happy, safe, sane, and wonderful week and or weekend whenever this message finds you. And yeah, thank you. Just thank you so much for the love, the energy. Please go tell your loved ones, your moms, your wives, hell, even if you're not married, your girlfriends. Who knows? You never know. You may have a woman in your life, whoever they are, who is a mother or is about to be a mother. And whatever the case is, go tell those people how much you love them. Hug their neck. Let them know how much they mean to you. And most importantly, for Carter Presents, I am the Blerd without fear. And Drake, you can go to hell.